This is the Franklin Civic Celebration Committee meeting on October 16th, 2023. Roll call, John Bergner, here. Robert Nackert. Here. Angela Christie.
Here.
Doug Clark.
Here.
Mira Kresovic.
Here.
Ann Adamski.
Here.
Alderman Hofer. We have 4. We have a quorum. We have a meeting. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I've noticed the last couple of meetings that I've tried to listen to online, I can only get like the first 3 minutes and then it cuts off. Even though it shows like the whole hour and a half, it only plays like the first 3 minutes and then cuts off.
Yeah. And we also have Pete Kosovich in attendance. Here. So, okay. We'll start with citizen comment period. And we have all members here, no citizens. So we're going to discuss the plans for the Home for the Holidays event on November 25th. Mira's done a lot of groundwork on this.
I dropped off the courtesy letter to the few houses that the 5K will go past. One person actually came out and talked to me and she was like, oh, no problem, there's people walking past here all the time. So I think it was a nice thing to do, but still. Promotion. We have events on Facebook, Eventbrite, The Patch. I've sent out the press releases to the Journal Sentinel, the Patch, and the Waukesha paper. Tourism and or the Department of Economic Development, actually. John, in-house here, submitted to Travel Wisconsin, so it's posted on there. You took care of sanitation.
Yep.
Vendors, we desperately need mulled wine if we can get that. That was one of the specific requests from the survey last year, was a hot mulled spiced wine. So I haven't had any luck getting that.
Do you want a vendor for that or somebody to do that? Doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Meat, I've still been trying to get meat. Finally got a hold of the gentleman I really wanted, only to learn that he no longer does fairs. He's a Marine who is now in a wheelchair. He's 92 years old and he doesn't do fairs anymore. But he has by far the most amazing selection. I mean, you name it, he's got it. Ostrich, elk, bison. Oh, hush.
Okay.
Pork, everything. But I did find another guy in Antioch. I left a message with the girl, haven't heard from him. There's 2 other options, but each one that I'm going down has a smaller selection. So I'm hoping, I don't know how that's going to work with the electricity, because they are going to need electricity. Because of the freezer, they're going to have a freezer.
Unless they have a freezer truck.
But they don't, because these are like stores. So they might bring one of their freezers.
Some of them would, yeah.
Well, I don't know. The 2 that I've talked to didn't.
Okay.
So if anything, maybe have them leave before the tree ceremony if we need those plugs.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
True.
trying to get it there. So they might, if I can get a meat vendor, it'll be at the plugs.
What about a local one?
I'd be fine.
Because I know there's that one that does fairs, that Kettle, is it Kettle Meats, or it's in West Dallas. It's on 51st, or maybe that's not West Dallas, actually, like 51st and Bolete.
If you can shoot me the name.
Yeah, I'll dig it out.
Okay,
I forget.
thanks.
It's Kettle something.
Because who's...
Bunzel's was another one that I wrote.
Oh,
said
yeah,
West
I don't know
Dallas.
if they would, yeah.
I wrote
It's
them. I
more
asked.
catering, yeah.
Yeah. So slowly but surely, they're coming in. I had one woman that I talked to today who was very enthusiastic. She said she was sending it in the mail today. The Dr. Mike still don't have his. Brain spasm. So there's people that I've gotten verbals from that haven't sent the paperwork in. And so what I did this weekend was mass email and said, hey, your cutoff is October 31st. Because, just with all the paperwork and everything,
Yeah.
nobody yet has sent in a complete application because there's so many pieces. So I have to go back to them and call them and, hey, I need this from you, I need that from you. And so far only one gentleman has, and the only reason his is still incomplete is his COI expires on the 10th of November. So he didn't have, you know what I mean? The new one, he won't have, that makes sense. So, otherwise he had everything else in. Another person just missed their driver's license. Stuff like that. Had somebody write the check out to the wrong person. Things like that. Innovative. They have a new person now, and Trevor is the contact. He did the Eventbrite link as of last week, maybe
Last week, probably.
Thursday. I don't really recall the exact date, but it's very new. The Eventbrite link went up, and I did create a bonfire site just because when I was at NML, whenever we had like our race walk team or whatever, you'd pay the $30-40 or whatever, and you'd get your t-shirt with it. But since this is free, the walk itself is free, people are just so used to, though, having the t-shirt with it. I created the t-shirt on Eventbrite using Innovative's logo that they made. And if people want it, it's up to them to get it. There's zero markup on it, so we don't have to worry about...
So in the registration, they check if they want to pay for a t-shirt.
No. They sign up separately for the link.
Okay.
They sign up separately for the race. And then in the same paragraph, I think it's the next sentence, if you want a t-shirt, go to Bonfire here.
Okay, so it has a link to
Yeah.
it. Okay.
And it says nothing's available like that at our event. You have to go directly through Bonfire. But they had cute little onesies, toddler shirts. I put in there a water bottle. And then for the adult shirts, you have a long sleeve, short sleeve, or a hoodie.
Well,
So you can get what you want. Did the letters. What else? We need volunteers. I did add that to the Facebook page for Independence Celebration. I also went through, there's only like 4 or 5 churches in Franklin. And I emailed one of them because I had an email for one. And then the others, I just did their contact pages. So if they want to help out, I don't think I did Victory because they already know.
And Victor and Lamb is doing hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And got that all cleared through health department because they're just gonna have hot water and put in mixed hot chocolate. So they're not using milk or anything.
I did send you that pricing information way back, if that's a better deal
Pricing on what?
for the hot chocolate powder mix.
They're supplying that.
Okay. No, but I was going to say, if you wanted to tell her.
Yeah. Let them handle that.
Okay. Just trying to save them a couple bucks.
Mhm.
And that's all I have.
And then the race is gonna take volunteers.
Yeah, well, I would like it just for safety, in case
Yeah.
somebody falls and where this is predominantly coming from is
Yeah.
knowing some people who have done these things. I know, I'll just say hypothetically, some people don't watch where they're going when they're running. They're looking down. So rather than have them miss a turn, if there's like an option to go one way or another, to have a volunteer there in addition to a sign to make sure they're going the right way.
Hey Pete, what about if we ask like the Lions?
Oh, yeah.
The Lions and the Lionesses, if they would take a spot, it would just be like an hour
Yeah, at most.
to stake out spots on the run area, just from like 11:30 or whatever time it's at until.
Well, we had our last meeting last week, and
Okay.
nothing like that came up, so I'm not sure.
If I send an email and throw a suggestion out there, see if anybody wants to.
Yeah.
And then the Lionesses are always asking if anybody needs any. Well, we can ask them too.
Okay. There is a form
Okay.
online.
Do you have Dennis's email?
Yeah.
Yeah. Send it to Dennis.
Dennis and I thought maybe Meredith, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's actually, you'd probably want them there like 10:15 just to kind of tell them,
Mm-hmm.
make sure nobody,
Wanna
have
check
your
in.
cell phone just in case.
Yeah.
We have DPW offering to put out the cones. So they could put out their big cones and have a sign on it.
Mm-hmm.
The signs that I'm getting are just yard signs.
Yeah.
Those are already ordered through City Hall.
I know, but you could put a yard sign maybe in front of the cone, have the cone behind it, or you got to have something.
What about caution tape?
Well, we've got our own cones. Why can't we put them out?
They're
It's carrying a
not-
mile worth of cones. I didn't want to put out cones because I don't want
back
to.
in the trunk, and drive around and dump 'em.
Right.
We do it every year. We walk up and down Loomis Road. And,
Yeah, but you can't really drive on these trails.
Oh. Mm.
but at major points.
I would rather not do the cones, and that would save DPW as well. Because the signs, let me see if I can pull up the yard signs.
Is there a way to do like the caution tape between signs if it's around a corner or?
That's what the feet prints are for,
Okay.
and chalk.
And chalk.
Yeah,
Did you say chalk?
yeah,
You're gonna chalk on the ground?
on the asphalt.
What if it's raining?
Then
not
we
gonna
won't be
rain.
doing it.
It doesn't rain in November.
or snowing.
Doesn't snow in November either.
Yeah, if it's going to that, if it's going to be inclement weather,
And does it get canceled? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Oh yeah, we said it would be canceled within 24 hours if we know it's going to be in
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
dangerous
I understand.
conditions. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want people slipping on the wood or because those are wood bridges,
Mhm,
stuff like that. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Okay.
they're yard signs, okay, like the Coroplast,
Mm-hmm.
and they're bright yellow. For some reason, I can't pull them up because I can't connect to the interwebs,
They're
And the
nice.
web-
They're bright color. Yeah.
interwebber zones,
Mm-hmm. The www.
the intergalactic Weber zones, or whatever it is. There it is. Oh yeah. Now I see your email. So they look like,
Oh, those are pretty bright.
I think they're bright enough, right?
I have matching vests. Nice.
And then on them, it'll be a lot cheaper to go this route. I have a left, a right, and a forward.
Okay.
And then the little feet will be on the ground, like 3 or 4 feet,
Mhm.
just around those areas to kind of go this way. And then if we have a volunteer, so if anybody's remotely paying attention, they shouldn't need the volunteer. So as
But it's
long as a
nice,
volunteer is within eyesight, you know, the next one, we should be good.
Yeah, you don't need, I mean, every 10 feet, but you
No.
want one at least if you see cars or somebody can just keep eyes out.
Where I'm most concerned, to be honest, is the transition of surfaces, like going from the asphalt to the wood planks on the bridge.
Yeah.
That's where I'm most concerned.
Are there any sharp turns?
There's a couple of 90s.
So when they're running, they gotta do a,
They'll have to slow down a little bit.
you know,
So it's not a sprint race. It's more just to reinforce, you know, a healthy lifestyle, which is why
I'm sure Innovative will do some kind of timing when you start it and when you finish.
well, we did talk and took the name Run out of it. So now it's not Jingle Bell Run, it's Jingle Bell 5K.
You know,
And it says walk, jog, or run, or some combination.
you know.
So that people aren't, you know, you don't want people sprinting and trying to do their best mile or whatever.
But you have people
Knocking
like
other
that.
kids over,
You
yeah,
have people
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Right, but,
And if it isn't,
and that's one of the things Trevor and I had kind of briefly talked about is, you know, the safety and the transitioning of surfaces, stuff like that. So,
okay. Yeah, and I'll just announce for the record, that run will be at 10:30 a.m. And also then we'll have Santa's Workshop and Market from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then outside the front of City Hall, we'll have entertainment with Gino's Holiday Show, Double D Dancers, and the Lola Carolers. And we might just have some others to add to that. And then at 12:30 to 3, we have Sit with Santa at the Franklin Public Library. And 4:45, we'll have the city tree lighting ceremony. That's the plans for right now.
and they're ever changing, so check the website often.
Okay. Any more to discuss? When do you want to meet then before November 25th?
Can we do the week before?
The,
Like the
second
second?
week?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever I think is best.
If we need to, I don't know that we'll need to, but
14th?
That'd be the 13th, November 13th.
yeah, it would be the
Oh, it's
13th.
Tuesday, sorry.
Okay, we'll put down November 13th. And we can, have more members available, see what they're available as far as volunteering. We all plan to be there. Okay. And just the last topic to talk about is we're still trying to come up with the best way to do the Independence Day celebration, the amount of days. Right now it's scheduled for July 3rd, Wednesday, July 3rd, Thursday, July 4th, Friday, July 5th, and Saturday, July 6th. Sunday would be Teardown Day, and because the carnival is there all set up, we're still working on what kind of plans to make with the carnival to see if they can just run on Sunday, but we have to close the entertainment tent down because it has to be picked up on Monday morning, and tear down of all electrical and all the setup, ticket booth and everything else. So we're still working on that, but we just wanted to get some ideas of, what's the best, because volunteers has always been an issue, and we're already running for 4 days. So if someone sees that we're running for the 5th day, it's not going to be us. It's going to be the carnival, and then we'll go from there. So, any other thoughts?
The only other thing is, I guess tomorrow Common Council is looking to, and I think it's a good thing, but I just know that it may affect us, fireworks 30 days in advance.
And we always do.
Okay.
We always do more than 30 days in advance.
Okay.
We do it. That should be no problem. We get the permit, we get the contract. Actually, the contract after the first of the year. They come up with their pricing at the first of the year. So after that, then we'll sign the contract. And then we get the permits. But we'll make sure we get the permits within 30 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Meeting adjourned.